On the news, we hear all the time about big corporations outsourcing manufacturing jobs to foreign countries. Some overseas virtual assistant companies will boast extremely low prices for their outsourcing services. If you have ever thought about utilizing the services of a real estate virtual assistant, this presentation will outline what a virtual assistant is, examples of how a virtual assistant can help you, interview questions you should ask, creating a budget for your virtual assistant services, and 10 mistakes you must learn to avoid so that you can experience a positive outcome with your virtual assistant. The official definition of outsource, according to dictionary.com, is to purchase or subcontract from an outside supplier or source. Simply put, it means to hire someone to supply goods or services for your business. Utilizing the services of a real estate virtual assistant is one type of outsourcing, and this is what we're going to be focusing on in this presentation. All realtors know the importance of continually adding fresh content to their website. However, many of them just don't have time to sit down and do it. They also know that their website needs to have customized local real estate and community information. Realtors want to be selling real estate, not writing blog and website content. The same is true about website maintenance. Broken links, missing photos, outdated information are all killers to a website's credibility. It absolutely must be done. Email marketing via drip campaigns and newsletters is a must for staying on top of mind. Listings need to be promoted. Your real estate virtual assistant will know how and where to do that. I don't need to tell you about the monstrous impact that social media has on business today. Hire a real estate virtual assistant to promote you, your community, and your listings. Virtual tours, client testimonials, and other promotional videos make a huge impact on prospects and search engines. There are lurkers out there whose only goal is to be able to hack your site. Keeping your website protected is a must. Your real estate virtual assistant is an important part of your team and will be ready, willing, and able to help you with special projects. If they don't know a particular program you're using, they should be willing to learn it so that they can best serve your business needs. Virtual assistants are independent contractors, not employees, so you don't have to pay their taxes or health benefits, nor do you have to give them space to work. Each independent contractor is responsible for doing their own bookkeeping, paying their own taxes, and completing the work in their own space. Depending on the terms of your contract with each virtual assistant, there's no obligation on your part to continue using their services. Test the quality of their work and make your hiring or firing decisions based on their quality and ability to meet deadlines. To begin the planning process, first identify what tasks you need done on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Generally, these tasks would fall into categories such as website maintenance, blogs and ghostwriting, contact management, social media marketing, and so on. Then write down who's responsible for each task and how much time it takes to complete. Even if you don't know how much time is required, your VA will. This is necessary for working within your budget. If you are the sole person working your business, then indicate those tasks on your list that you truly enjoy and would prefer to do for yourself. All tasks that you don't like to do, don't know how to do, or don't have time to do should be given to your VA. If you have employees, then analyze if their time would be better spent on other money-making aspects of your business. Ask yourself the following. What are my main goals in hiring a real estate virtual assistant? Is it more time, less stress, better productivity? How much money are you bringing in each month? What are your monthly expenses? Are you willing to spend more money on someone who has specific expertise which will not require you to manage their work? Or do you want to invest time training someone new in exchange for getting a cheaper hourly rate? Are you a micromanager, or do you want someone who can be objective and help streamline your processes, which will save you more time and money? Do I have specific deadlines that I need to have met? This is key information to give a potential VA because there might be a rush charge involved in order to meet your deadline. Most VAs will create a plan of action that will address recurring projects. An efficient VA will put those projects on a calendar so that they're completed in a timely manner. Are you willing to share proprietary computer software, website logins, and other information with an independent contractor? Email, autoresponders, and websites are just a few of the computer logins your VA will need. It's important to develop a trusting relationship with your VA before giving this information out. A pre-hiring interview, as well as checking references, will help with this. Are you willing to provide your debit or credit card information to pay for VA services? Are you willing to be flexible when you pay a VA, either upon completion of a project or at the end of the month? By no means is this a comprehensive planning list, but these are major considerations to think about before hiring a VA. A little bit of forethought can prevent a lot of future misunderstanding. A monthly budget for your business is an essential business tool, equally as important as your business plan. Your budget is a way to measure your goals and will easily show you if there is excess money to spend on outsourcing. Having a budget also reduces anxiety. Once you work out the details on paper, you will know where your earnings are going. Creating your budget is a little time-consuming, but worth it in the end. You can do a Google search for real estate support services in order to find a candidate. However, the interview is vitally important to get a feel for their expertise, their past experience, and their professionalism. You need to feel confident that you have found a competent helper who will keep your information private, someone who's a good fit for you and your business goals. Here's some interview questions that will help you start a conversation with your prospective VA. Ask them how long they've been in business and what services they offer. Ask them about their rates. Ask them to rate the level of confidence regarding their skills and what computer software they know proficiently. More questions would be, how many projects or clients do you currently support? How did you get into this business, and do you have a staff or a team? Who exactly will be working on this project? Ask them what kind of work they did before starting this business and how long did they work there. What has been their biggest challenge in the last 6 months and what lessons they've learned while being in this business. A few more questions that you could ask would be, are you able to meet rush deadlines? What's your biggest strength and weakness? And ask them about themselves. Ask them how often do you check in with your clients on a project status? Do you work certain business hours? What is your preferred method of communication? And can you contact some of their clients for references? Here's 10 mistakes to avoid. The first one is not knowing your virtual assistant. Many online business owners are never going to meet their virtual assistants face-to-face, but you still need to take the time and effort to determine if this is the right person to represent your company. Ask friends and colleagues for referrals. Ask the VA for a telephone interview. Ask as many questions as you feel comfortable making the right hiring decision. Number 2 is not explaining project details carefully. The sign of a good VA is her ability to visualize the completed job and to ask the necessary questions to reach the goal. To avoid misunderstandings, explain your project with as much detail as possible. Number 3 would be not being available for questions. Tell your VA the best way to reach you and during what hours. Check your emails at least once a day for any lingering questions. Number 4 would be to not budget enough money. Determine if your VA works per project or per hour. Determine what the project will cost from start to finish and clarify exactly which services they are providing. The 5th mistake to avoid is not using a VA with a support team. It's wonderful to find a single VA who works efficiently. However, if your real estate support needs are bigger than just one VA can handle, it's important to hire a multi-virtual assistant company who already has several VAs helping them stay on target with their clientele. The sixth mistake to avoid is not having an exit strategy in place. Do you know what your VA's policy is for terminating your contract? Make sure your VA has her termination policy listed on your contract. Number 7 is not knowing your VA's capabilities. This goes back to the interviewing process and doing research. In addition to interviewing and asking questions, ask for client references. Call each reference and ask what services were provided, their satisfaction with the final outcome, and if they would hire them again. Number 8 is not knowing what you want. Think about one individual project at a time and talk to your VA about how each one will be used in your company. Know what services you need and how your VA will help you get them done. Paying on time. Once you get used to outsourcing, you will likely want to continue so your business can grow. This is where budgeting accurately is so vital. Set your budget accurately so you will be able to pay on time. Number 10 is not knowing the contractor's terms and conditions. Virtual assistants, as well as most other companies, set project terms and conditions to protect themselves and their clientele. Ask about each VA's terms and conditions. If you approve of the conditions, consider hiring them. One thing to always remember is to always ask questions and do your own research. Read individual reviews about the VA, interview each prospective VA, and ask for references. When you find the right virtual assistant who is knowledgeable, professional, and completes each task on time, they are worth their weight in gold. This is just an overview of what you need to consider before hiring a real estate virtual assistant. I tried to keep it simple but detailed, and I encourage you to follow these steps closely before you make a final decision. With patience and careful diligence, your first virtual assistant's experience will be a positive one. When you outsource more of your tasks, you can then focus on the money-making aspects of selling real estate. Take note about how you are spending your newfound extra time and measure what you are doing to help increase your sales.